Health is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become a better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here, let's go.
Health matters to me.
Testing 1, 2. Okay, they should be able to hear us now.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now? Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear us
Our
now?
audio is good to go here. It must be something with them. So with that, because we can hear our audio is good. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep
our audio is looking good, guys. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving. Sorry for the technical difficulties. If you are out there listening on YouTube, please let us know. Okay, they say they can hear. All right, so we're gonna move forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. You know, with these technologies on today, we have to make sure that we're going out. We know we
yeah.
had some problems last week, but thank you so much. Happy birthday, happy anniversary to everybody that's celebrating an anniversary or birthday on this month. We celebrate you. We celebrate you. We
Yes.
celebrate you.
And
So, if,
especially these milestones birthday. I think Deborah and her husband is celebrating a milestone.
awesome
You and I be celebrating a
in January.
milestone.
Yeah,
And so we're happy, So we are happy about that. 40 years.
40 years. Yeah,
40 years.
we'll wait to
40 years.
January to talk about it.
Yes. Okay.
we'll let the
So if
December.
there's
We'll let the
anybody,
December people have their money. Okay.
so listen, if there's anyone that's celebrating a birthday, you know of anyone celebrating a birthday, you want to shout them out, put it in the comments or anniversary.
All right.
We would like to hear from you guys. All
Most
right.
definitely. So, listen, if you'd like to be a sponsor, a partner, or a friend of the Help Matters broadcast, we would like for you to partner with us as we bring this broadcast to you every Saturday at 9 a.m. You can call 706-592-8862 to partner with us on this broadcast.
All right, guys. We are going to be talking about SAD. And that is a diagnose, that is the symptoms. And we're going to be talking about that, guys, because whether we know or not, we experience that. A lot of people
Yeah, a lot of
experience that.
people experience different levels. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We get into the winter months and the cold months. But guys, before we do that, we're gonna have our Hair Matters Happening by Coach. That's when we take a moment and bring you relevant information that pertain to your health and well-being.
Most definitely. So listen, salmonella breakout outbreak. I know you guys have heard about it. Health officials say don't eat pre-cut cantaloupe if the brand is unknown. The Associated Press has reported that consumers shouldn't eat pre-cut cantaloupe if they don't know the source. U.S. health officials said Thursday as the number of illnesses and recalls tied to a deadly salmonella outbreak grows. At least 117 people in 34 y'all U.S. states have been sickened by contaminated cantaloupe, including 61 who were hospitalized and 2 who died. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, another 63 illnesses, 17 hospitalizations, and 1 death tied to the same outbreak have been reported in Canada. The illnesses are severe, with more than half of infected people hospitalized, including residents of long-term care centers and children in daycare centers, as reported by the CDC. Previous recalls of whole and pre-cut cantaloupes have been expanded to include Quick Trip Markets, Bix Products, distributor GHGA, which sent recall products to Kroger, Sprouts Farmers Market, and Trader Joe's stores in several states, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Because of the scope of the recalls and potential uncertainty about the source of the cantaloupe, health officials warn consumers to be cautious. Most of the people infected with salmonella develop diarrhea, fever, and stomach cramps within 6 hours to 6 days after consuming contaminated food. Illnesses typically last 4 to 7 days. Vulnerable people, including children, people older than 65, and those with weakened immune systems, may develop severe illnesses from the bacteria that require medical care or hospitalization. Listen, you can find more information on that outbreak at cdc.gov. And this has been your Help Matters Happenings.
Okay, so we're still going in and out, guys. We're going to continue to move forward. We don't know what's going on, so we're going to continue to record and just read. You can go back later if you can hear. So if it's in and out, um, but yes, we're going to be talking about SAD. And if you guys are not familiar with that, that is seasonal effectiveness disorder. And yes, that is diagnosed. You can look that up. I mean, it is a true statement. And so, when time changes and the winter month comes in, things, it can kind of affect our biological
Most definitely.
our circadian rhythm.
Most
We have
definitely.
to kind of reset these things back into place, so it
Mhm.
kind of can throw us off a little bit. So it's good to try to stay with some type of routine that we have. Oh yeah, we have Teresa Davis' mom will be 82 on the 9th of
Happy
December. Well,
birthday.
happy birthday, Miss Ruby Green.
Happy,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh, 82. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. I bow to that.
Well, listen, as Jackie was saying, staying motivated throughout this season, the fall and winter season, it is very important if you're trying to live a healthier and more active lifestyle. But it can be challenging, and we all know that it can be challenging to stay physically active as the temperatures begin to drop and the hours of sunlight become shorter in the fall and the winter season. The shorter days, the longer nights, the colder weather, all of this stuff impacts our behavior during the fall and winter time. It can make it easy for us to get into that hibernation mode, it's like what I like to call it, and adopt sedentary behaviors.
Yes, and it can.
Uh,
And we can get out of that routine, like I was saying before. We can, before we know it, we just off. And I know when the time had went back, and you don't think that hour will, will affect you much, but it actually
It does. It
does.
really does.
It really affects you. So you have to make sure you keep somewhat of a normalcy, getting up and doing your daily routines like what you normally do.
Hmm.
Because I know, and now I'm good, but it actually, and it affects your timing.
It
it,
does.
it it just affects your circadian rhythm, and you used to doing things at a certain time, and your body recognizes that. It
Mhm.
recognizes that, and then
That's that body clock.
yes,
Your body get
and it
used to
gets
it.
dark early. You're trying to get out early, so I mean, it's just different. So
Right.
it's just something about the light.
Yeah. So yeah,
And the
and it
sunshine.
is. You say it's something about it. Research shows that the fall and winter causes us to drip out of that normal sleep wake cycle that Jackie was talking about. Just like as if you've traveled across, the time zones, like you went overseas or something like that. That's kind of what it feels like because that melatonin is what regulates our sleep pattern and our mood, and it affects that when we go through these time changes, and then when the days are shorter and things of that nature. For many people, these seasonal changes are not so gentle and easy. For some of us, we get through it well, but for some of us, it's just not as easy. They impact our mood, they impact our health, it impacts our sleep, and it just impacts our general behavior in some major ways. So that's what we have to pay attention to as we talk about seasonal affective disorder, which is known as SAD. Basically, it's a type of depression that's related to changes in the seasons.
And you have to, just, and of course, hey, like I say, you pray, God help me to transition through this winter season, and up keeping up with my normal routine. It would not affect me as much. But let's just let's you kind of be real a little bit, and it does. It's just nature, and it's natural
Mhm.
for your body to be affected by change.
Right.
That is a change. Even when you travel 8 hours, somewhere,
Yeah.
it
It's a
throws
big
you
difference.
off. I mean, I'm not being gross. It even throws off your bowel movement,
Hmm.
and you're like, wow. So it does kind of throw us off a little bit. And so SAD may affects up to 6% of the US population, while 10 to 20% of the population may experience a milder form called the
Winter
winter
blues.
blues. And
Yeah.
and especially if you have, probably have a loved one that has
Mhm.
transitioned,
Mhm.
that can affect it a whole lot.
Holiday
I
season.
lost my brother
Yeah.
years ago on Thanksgiving Day,
Mhm.
and so that kind of comes up, and I have to immediately, shift my mindset and think about the healthier, I mean, the healthy times and healthy memories of those times. So, on that day. So it can be hard because you're remembering loved ones during that time when they was here, and the things that you was doing. So, and if you got to push yourself out of that. And so some of us may have lost loved ones during this season, or loved ones that are moving through things, and so that
And that's
can.
a good point you make, Jackie, because
Yeah.
during this winter and fall season, this last quarter, last 3 months of the year, we celebrate major holidays during that time.
Right.
And they can bring back a lot of memories that could cause you to be depressed and that can cause you, to get an anxiety. And all of that plays a part in seasonal affective disorder. And
Right.
like as Jackie said, as we started the show, it's a diagnosed disorder. And so, this is not something you diagnose yourself, but if you find yourself in a space where you just can't, get out of that depression, you need to go and see your physician, your doctor, to see if it's a seasonal affective disorder, so that they can help you navigate through the season. Some compare SAD or SAD to jet lag, as I told you, when you make those long trips, because it disturbs your biological clock. Jackie stated that circadian rhythm, because it reduces the level of sunlight that leads to feelings of depression. And sunlight plays a major part and a major role in us, having that feel good chemical. That serotonin is what it is that helps us to not be so depressed and things of that nature. But think about how short the days are. It get dark now about 5:30.
I know it, and you just
You
want to
know,
go in there and go
you
to
go to
bed.
work at dark, you come home it's dark. So yeah, that can
And you
mess with you.
telling your body it's time to wind down,
Uh-huh.
it's time to go to sleep, it's time to relax. And so, and you're just like, it's just 6 o'clock, it's just six
Yeah.
thirty,
Yeah.
and it just kind of throw, like, I pronounced it wrong early, but it's circadian
Hmm.
rhythm. So correct. Yeah, but it throws you off a little bit. But guys, we can do something about that.
Most definitely. Most
That's
definitely.
there's
And,
nothing that can overtake you that you can't, do
overcome.
something
That's
about it.
right. Conquer it.
Absolutely. You got to conquer that and
Right.
overcome that. Yeah.
Especially during the holiday season, you want
Right.
to enjoy yourself, and we talked about it on a episode before that. You just have to acknowledge your feelings, right? It's important for you to do that. You
Yeah.
have to acknowledge your feelings in order for you to move past them or navigate through them.
And but just respond wisely.
Right. Most definitely. And
Our
if you need
pastors,
help, get
yeah,
help.
yeah. Like our pastor was saying, just respond wisely,
Right.
just kind of look at some things. And it's even good to, continue your workout. Don't
That
stop working out,
routine.
because now you can't get outside as much as you want to. This is the time to be creative and do something different.
Most definitely.
What else can I do different? Try
Most
new routine during this winter time, indoor pickleball, go, you'll do something different. And inside, if you can't get outside, so okay, let's look at some ways that we can do something different inside,
Inside,
to
right?
keep
Most definitely,
moving.
most
Yeah.
definitely. So, for most people with SAD, seasonal affective disorder, symptoms start in the fall and continue into the winter months. I think we all experience this, as I said, a little bit, because that body get into that hibernation mode where it's hard for you to get up off of that sofa and do the things that you want to do, because you can't just go outside and work out and things like that because it's so cold. But you just have to prepare, for the elements. If you're an outdoors person and that's what you prefer, just prepare for the elements. And as you get into your routine of physical fitness, then your body will warm itself up. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. The body is amazing,
Yeah.
and it adjusts the way it needs to adjust in different elements. Some of the symptoms, Jackie, of SAD is cravings for sweets and starchy foods, and this is a bad time of the year to be doing that. This is a bad time,
I
and
know.
that's why, like I say, these last 3 months, this last quarter in the year, that's why when we get to January, we discover, man, I gained 10 pounds, I gained 15 pounds. We good if we get through this last quarter with just 3 or 4 pounds that we gained, and then we start making these resolutions. But we're gonna talk about all of that. But those are some of the symptoms: cravings, for sweets and starchy foods, and you see the weight gain come. You may have heavy feelings in your arms or in your legs, depression, and dropping energy and fatigue. Even though you're getting sleep and you're getting rest, you still feel like you're fatigued. You're oversleeping, concentration difficulties, may get moody or feel hopelessness, and constant agitation and anxiety. So all of these could be symptoms of that point to seasonal affective disorder. You just have to get your physician involved, your doctor involved, so that you're not self diagnosing yourself.
And Coach, I was listening at the news this week, and he was talking about this facility. They didn't give the name of the facility. I took a picture of it because I wanted to contact the people.
Mhm.
They they deal with mental health issues. And we know a lot of people, since the pandemic, mental health had always been out there, but it's really, kind of see people going through. But they see 100. It's a facility that cater and counsel mental health uh, patients, and they have about 125 patients,
Mhm.
but they have a wait list of 180
Wow.
because she said they don't even have enough mental health physicians or counselors
Mhm.
here in Augusta to cater to all these people.
Yeah.
What
I
what
tell you,
what do
that's
that
something.
tell you?
That is something new. That mental health is really a
It's real, guys.
real
It's
issue.
real. It's
Real
real. It's
issue.
real.
And
And
you can't just brush it off as why they
no,
feeling like that or why they dealing with stuff like that when you
right.
think because you can get over it. Like I say, we all
We
react differently,
handle it different,
right? And
but
depression levels.
everybody don't. And God gave me a word this week. It was compassion.
Mm,
Because we show people compassion, we really do, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't. We not on purpose, but are we really showing that compassion
mhm.
to people? Are we judging? Are we you saying why? They should not have or they should have not. But
Or just get over it,
or
right?
just get over it. But pray, and that's the first thing. But people need professional help, and people are silent and they suppress. And so you have to show compassion.
Hmm.
You have to show compassion, and we have to look at what Jesus did. He always showed compassion. You got to have the passion for people, and you got to show the compassion for people.
Most
Have the
definitely
compassion
important.
for people
Hmm.
and show the
Yeah,
compassion.
actions. Yeah,
Yeah, and because
actions.
we are the salt of the earth,
Hmm.
we are the example, and
Most
we
definitely.
have to show compassion. So I
Yeah.
just want to throw that out there because I wanted to inventory myself and make sure I am I'm showing that compassion.
Right.
And you don't know to it can personally hit you.
Hmm.
And you got to do that, guys. You
So
have to.
important.
It's so
So
very,
important.
very important.
So we talked about some of the symptoms and some of the factors that increase the risk of SAD. As I told you, is a lack of sunlight. That's the root of it. It's the lack of sunlight, which causes a decrease in that feel good neurotransmitter serotonin, and also that could be a family history of depression. A lot of things. If your family had a history of depression, your siblings, your fathers, your mother, if they suffered with deep, deep depression, then you can find yourself in a deep, deep depression during this time of year. So yeah, so those are some of the factors that increase those risks. The main thing is just that lack of sunlight during this season. You figure when you go to work, you're spending a lot of time indoors. You may go to work, it's dark. You come home, it's dark. So you're not getting that light that you need in order to um, um, operate with the full levels of serotonin to help you just feel good and be in a better mood. Now some of the things, Jackie, that reduces those symptoms of sad is exercise. But unfortunately that's part of the problem, right? Exercise reduces the symptom, but it's
Right.
difficult for some people to find the energy. We told you some of the symptoms was just fatigue and things of that nature. So although exercise reduces the symptom, it can be difficult for some people to find that energy and time, to stay physically active during this time of year. And that just pause on the issue. So yeah, it can be very challenging during this year. It may be the most difficult time of the year to stay active and eat
Right.
well. And eat well. We talked about that a little bit because it's a time of the year where we're gathering with family and friends
Right.
and everything we do together, we're gathering around
And we
food.
just have to be mindful and just kind of put things, don't deprive yourself, but you just have to balance it out. You may have one day that I just kind of, eat the things that I like to eat, but I know, okay, the next day I need to just kind of get back on,
Hmm.
just kind of keep things in balance. But I want to read a comment. I have strategies I employ when I notice I am in a negative mindset. For example, I myself uh I myself okay, I'm doing reading another one. I myself go somewhere to be around others.
Change the environment. That's good.
And that's it. Change the
It's a
environment.
good strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but that's a good thing because now you noticed it.
Hmm.
You know, you became aware of it. So let me do something. And that's just like, the words say, I forgot what scripture it is, but it says immediately cast down those thoughts and bring
Hmm.
them. You got to immediately do it because if
Right.
you leave them there and let them take residence there and run on the canvas of your imagination,
Hmm.
it can take over.
Most
So
definitely.
you got to
Yeah.
immediately bring that thing under
Under
subjection.
suggestion.
And
Yeah.
so it
Take
have
control of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it said recently I was feeling some kind of a way. So instead of coming home and getting in the bed, I went to Michael's Hobby Lobby
Hmm.
and walked around. I felt uh much better, and my spirit was lifted.
Hmm.
And that you got their own purpose. And somebody said music CDs.
Yeah.
So you
Good.
have to
Yeah.
find those things that works for you. And if that works for you, that is
Mhm.
great. And that's
Right.
great. Call someone.
Right.
Don't just isolate yourself from others.
Right.
Call someone,
and
you
and
know,
and things work, different strategies work for better for different
different
people.
people. Right.
Like Teresa said that, she changes her environment by going around other people, and Wayne said that he pops in a music CD. But now I'm gonna say something about music, because during this time of year, music can take you to places that could even cause you depression. So
That
it
would
needs,
trigger
right, that
memories.
would trigger some memories that would cause you to get in deep depression. So you got to be careful on what type of music. I agree with Wayne, music is good, especially jazz type of music, if you're playing music for the holidays. But for some people, music triggers memories, and that could cause them to get into deep depression too. So if you find that to be you, then you have to be careful with music. Okay, if you identify that, then just turn the music off. Maybe you need to just change your environment by going outside, taking a walk, or visiting someone, or just doing something good for someone, or doing something in the community. Go visit a health fair or something that goes on the weekend. Or find what's going on the weekend and just change that environment.
Watch a comedy show
Yeah.
that makes you
Laugh.
laugh.
Laughter is
Exactly.
good for the soul.
Journal, meditate, making sure what you're meditating on,
Mhm.
is all in line. But
Mhm.
yes, just listening. And they proven that harp music, yes, jazz, harp music
Mhm.
actually, calm down
Most
and
definitely.
calms you down. So just making sure, like Coach said, what are you, listening to, and meditation,
And I
that's
like what Wayne also said, Jackie, in the chat. He said, chat groups. We can for virtual now, so you can get in the chat groups and
yeah,
pull
long
people
as
in.
you're it's a group that you
Yeah, yeah, people
yeah,
that you want to talk to and y'all have conversation. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm talking about. That
yeah.
could work. Yeah, that could work. So yeah, so you just have to find those things that that would help you. Some of the treatment for SAD includes light therapy. As I told you, is because of a lack of light that we find ourselves here anyway. So you can have light therapy. These phototherapy lights where you can sit on a table near you and let the light shine on you. That helps you with sad symptoms and things of that nature.
Mhm.
Think more positive. Psychotherapy. Think positive. Just pull down those negative thoughts, as Jackie's been talking about already. Pull down those negative thoughts and speak positive thoughts.
Positive affirmation. This is
Yeah,
time to do your positive affirmation. Someone else said devotions, classical background music. Yes.
yeah, LaShawn. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes,
LaShawn said that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay,
But
cool.
yes, those are good things. And so these are things, and you have to put these things in place.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put them in place because if you don't, you isolate yourself, and you get more depressed. And so, and especially if and I like to say, if someone come across your mind, someone came across my mind I have not talked to in a while, gave them a call. And of course, they probably was at work, but I just left them a message. Just tell them I was thinking about you. You came across my mind. And it's not somebody I talk to all the time, but it was someone that I used to work with, and they just came across my mind. And I went on ahead and just gave them a call. And then someone reached out to me that I haven't heard from in years.
Wow,
And they was just like, okay,
awesome.
just keep me in your prayer. And I'm like, wow. And that's why I said, guys, compassion. We have to make sure we are showing compassion to others, extending compassion and kindness. And that's why I always say, sow and show an act of kindness to someone, especially yourself as well. Don't forget yourself, because self care is very important.
Most definitely.
You have to show yourself that same gratitude, that same kindness
Mhm.
to yourself. And you mess up, extend grace to yourself. It's okay.
That's right.
Extend God's grace to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just, hey, I didn't get it right then. I didn't get it right for lunch. I didn't work out today. Today I do 5 minutes, or
Right.
I'll pick it back up tomorrow.
Right. No condemnation.
No
You know, you get
condemnation.
it. You get it the next
And
time.
that's what we have been. A lot of us have kind of been taught by the industry, and now things are coming out that, to light now, that, okay, wow, we got it all wrong.
Mhm.
We got to relook at this thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so this is stuff that been there all along, but we get caught in the trends and the fads. Yes, Sharon, grace is so important. We have to
Grace,
extend grace.
grace.
If God
Sufficient.
grace is sufficient, he said we are self-sufficient in Christ's sufficiency. So we got to receive that
Mhm.
grace,
And that's why it's so important to acknowledge him in all things.
in all things,
When we
in all
acknowledge
things.
him in all things, he'll get involved in all
Right.
things. And it's by his power, it's by his might, it's by his spirits, not by ours. That helps us. So again, I just want to reiterate: see your doctor if you have these symptoms. If you feel in these ways and you just find yourself where you cannot navigate through it, see your doctor. Don't try to self-diagnose yourself. Don't allow the challenges to cause you to give up your regular routines. So whatever it is you do, continue to do those things. You may go through a short spin on a week or two where you just, it's hard for you to continue the routine, but get back into it. Get back into that routine. Healthy eating, regular physical activity, and rest should become part of who you are. It's a
Yes.
lifestyle. It should be a priority in your daily life to have that self-care in place for you, because there's so many other reasons and there's so many other whys for you to do that, just not to conquer depression, but just so that you can live a longer life, so you can be active in your older, mature age, so that you can move and do the things that you would like to do in the older age. So you have the power to live your life to the fullest during any time of the year by applying key fundamental behavior principles. And that's what it's all about. It's about behaviors. We have a lot of unhealthy behaviors, but we have to identify those behaviors, and then we have to put actions into place
And
to overcome them.
and change those behaviors.
Right.
And this is a good time to go ahead and create and build some healthier habits, and uh replace those habits with some better habits. I'm not saying we have bad habits, but it may be some areas that I may need some development. I may need self-development and self-growth.
Mhm.
Just look at those areas. We all have room for improvement.
Most definitely.
Where can I, if I'm doing good, how can I even do better in this area? Like I mentioned, compassion. I can do a little bit better there,
Mhm.
and not quick to just react, but respond with more compassion to other, extend that. And like I said, we don't know what another is going through or what they are feeling. And we seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, but God also sent us help as well through doctors, psychiatrists, mental health specialists.
Mhm.
Get professional help if you need
If you need it, right.
professional help.
Right.
Do all of it. And we trust God in the process, in that middle of it, to bring us due. So we do the natural. God is going to add the supernatural
Mhm.
to do what he's going to do. But we are more than conquerors in Christ Jesus. And we have to know that.
Most
But we
definitely.
have to put the steps in place.
Action.
Action.
Right.
And like I said, extend out. Talk to people. Don't sit there alone going through. And if these behaviors are consistent, I may need to ask somebody and extend out for professional help. And don't be ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be embarrassed.
Right.
Don't feel like you the only one going through. Trust me, you ain't the first, last, and the only.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to reach out. You got to get help if
That's
you
right.
need the help.
That's right. Well, remember,
Yes.
that's one of the main, weapons that Satan uses to divide
Try
and
to
conquer.
conquer it. And so
you
he can
know, and
isolate you and
And when we get in those depressions and those anxieties, we tend to want to separate ourselves and divide ourselves and get alone. But that's when he's at work. He's at his best work when he can get us by ourselves, And so
yeah,
keep that in
exactly.
mind. Keep that in mind. And as you navigate through this quarter, as you navigate through the fall and winter time, you're going to be fine. We believe that. Continue your routine. Continue doing what you're doing. Remember to manage your diet. You don't want to get in January and be looking at those 10 and 15 pounds that now you're going to try to make these resolutions to get them off. But we're going to talk about all of that stuff as we navigate through
Absolutely.
December and
Oh
January.
yes, absolutely. We
and
gonna and
February.
the thing about there's no judgment zone here.
Right, sure. Hey,
No judgment
we're gonna give you
zone here.
strategies.
We're gonna give you strategies
That's
to
it.
plan for the what if, and yes, transitioning. Yes, we always looking to transition to be better.
Right,
Yes, and
most
there's
definitely.
nothing wrong with getting help if you need it. And you're right, Teresa.
Mhm.
It's nothing wrong with that. And so
Most
don't feel
definitely.
embarrassed about that. See, it has been cliched
Right.
in the Black community for so long. And I can't wait till we get on the subject about building healthy families and community
Mhm.
and start talking about that,
Yeah.
because that's going to be a really, really great subject and talking about building healthier habits. But that's going to be coming up during our January sessions. And so we can't wait to get into those and dive into those conversations, guys. So listen, here on Help Matters Podcast, we love your interaction. We love your views and opinion. Always go ahead and
Comment. Yeah.
comment. Have your family members and those send the YouTube channel to them. Have them subscribe, because you never know what something that we are saying that you may say
Mhm.
may inspire them and help them, because guys, all our help matters.
That's right. And we're just helping each other through situations. That's how we do it.
Iron
Listen,
sharpen iron.
listen, thank you so much for listening to
Yeah.
Help Matters on this morning with Jackie and Coach. That's me. We want you to like our Facebook page at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Help Matters Jackie and Coach.
And guys, remember, we're here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We like to leave you with 3 John 2. We wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, you have a healthy and blessed and wonderful day. Roll Tide, guys. Roll Tide. We'll see y'all.
You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, get up. Cause you tune into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual need. Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goal. Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be. Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Melatonin.